Hello and welcome. It's cutting in and out on me. Hello and welcome to Hockey Night here at Water City. Tonight it's the whoops, here we go. Take two. All right. Hello and welcome to.
I've just been informed that Ryan Smiley's in the house, which explains all the AV problems we're having right now.
Okay. Hello and welcome to Hockey Night at Water City. I'm Joey Delgado here with Chris Trujillo, Anjanette Rieger behind the camera. We're here tonight for the Rogue River Winter 2007 Championship, featuring Team Devla against Team Tuscany. We're talking about two of the better teams, obviously, because they made it this far. Tuscany, more known perhaps for their grit than actual scoring and skill, but they do have some, and they managed to make it here today against Team Devla, a team that's definitely known for its superstar and game-breaking potential. Chris Horsley, why don't you tell us a little bit about Team Tuscany?
Well, Team Tuscany brings in one of the weaker records for a championship team, which is just a further demonstration of how working hard, digging in the corners, and pushing through weaknesses gets you wins. And they've fought hard for every single game, and they've earned every victory that they've had, which is one of the things that some of the other teams have not been able to say. Unfortunately, they haven't had a good record against Team Devla. They've lost both matchups and were outscored 15-8. However, they do have a great deal of talent. Jed Lind and Tim Mins are both superstars. They're heralded through Water City as excellent rogue players. They have the power to control the flow of the game at any instant. Both of them had goals last week, as well as Martin Pendleton, one of their best defensemen, who also comes up with big clutch goals. Bob Tuscany and his brother Rick are also on the team. Excellent defensemen who can also push up, and they can get goals in a pinch too. And of course, they're backstopped by Zach Larson, who's new to the league this season. He attends the DLI, and he uses his amazing language skills and military training to stop the puck. I don't know if that's really true though, but he's a heck of a goalie.
And it sounds good.
Yeah, it does. What about Team Devla? How are they looking tonight?
Team Devla comes in tonight, missing a few players. They've got a couple of players that actually were kicked out for fighting incidents. One was Jason Carty, and the other one is Jeremy Hutchins last week. They're also short another player, Kevin Kosick, who appears to have stopped playing for them this.
I only knew it because it was my name.
Okay, for Team Devla, we're talking about a team that is loaded with talent. Everybody knows about the duo of Chris Trujillo and Justin Henry. Everybody should by now anyway. Chris Trujillo was involved in 39 of the team's league-high 67 goals this season, which is an amazing percentage. His 39 points led the league by at least 12. He's considered pretty much the Wayne Gretzky of this league, and is just a complete dominating player. He's using this league as a springboard to try and advance his pro career that he's looking to pick up in Italy at some point later this year or next. And he has never, I believe, Chris, he has never won a House League championship. Is that right?
Never.
So he comes into this one heavily motivated. Aside from that, he's also going to have plenty of opportunity because the team is short 3 players coming into this, which means that he'll get all kinds of playing time. He pairs with Christy Rivera as his line mate, who's also known as a good clutch player. But what really makes this team special is that aside from Chris Trujillo, they have another superstar talent, probably the second best player overall, skill for skill, pound for pound, however you want to say it. That's young Justin Henry. Everyone knows him as the guy that wears the pink gloves, but he's more than that. He's more than just a little bit of flash. He's got a good shot, amazing control. He can stop on a dime and he can take off. He's kind of rugged. He's slick at the same time, and he's a lefty, which always seems to help people out here at Water City and just in hockey in general. Defensively, they are going with a 3-man rotation. Pete Devla, the captain of the team, with Jay Tatlock and Cheryl Tatum. With Cheryl Tatum on this team, they are looking to her for all kinds of experience. She's won championships before. She's been a captain. She's done a lot of really good things. She even had a goal last week on a slap shot in the playoff game. So we're talking about a team that is loaded with talent against a team that also has talent, but is also probably more known for their grit and their ruggedness. It ought to be an interesting matchup.
Well, and like they say, Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. So if Team Diva Mink is not going to bring their A game, then we're going to see yet another upset from Team Tuscany, who've been bringing it all season long.
All right, that's pretty much our pregame show. Again, I'm Joey Delgado. This time, he's Chris Horsley, and that's Anjanette Rieger. We'll be right back with the opening face-off. Okay, we're all set for the opening face-off here. It's Charlie Ryan against Jed Lind. He wins it forward, Jed does, and Tatlock has it. He pushes it ahead. Lind on him hard. Lind looks motivated so far, and that looks like Captain Rick Tuscany sending it around.
Defense is coming way back. Paul Aragorn just told me that the Serpents are playing again, which means he's been doing a lot of practicing, so he should be in pretty good form tonight.
So far, Tuscany's struggling to get it out of their zone. Now Lind has it. He's pinched off the boards by Jay Tatlock. Lind on the turnover here. The backhand in front. The shot by Rick Tuscany goes wide. Lind has it behind the net. Looking, checking his options. The backhand goes all the way out. Back to Aragon. He sends it all the way back in for Tuscany, who's way up there. Another shot right on. And goaltender Dave Homan handles that one easily.
It looks like Diva Mink is playing really deep. They have all four men below the face-off dots. What do you think? They're feeling the pressure already?
I think they're probably a little bit nervous. They're not used to being in this situation, so maybe they just need some time to feel their way into it. Meanwhile, off the face-off here comes Justin Henry showing some of the skills that he has. Tatlock with the big shot. Zach Larson doesn't see it, but lands straight on it. And Chris Horsley, as a goaltender in this league, you're probably familiar with those kinds of situations.
It's you gotta freeze really and rely on your defenseman once you can't see it. There's a lot of times where you don't know where the rebound's going to go because you have poor visibility and that puck's really tiny, especially in your big fat gear.
Okay, it's Pendleton on the faceoff against Trujillo. Trujillo has control, sort of, kind of, banks it up the boards, but Tony Tuscany's there, giving Jay Tatlock some trouble. Here comes Pendleton, trying to make some moves, splits the D, gets the shot. Homan handles that one easily.
Looks like they picked Pendleton.
He is definitely a pesky player. He's also a no-quit kind of player, and for a guy who has as much determination as him, he also avoids penalties.
That's nice to see a nice, clean player like that.
Okay, there's a scrum on the floor there, and there's Pendleton. Tuscany with the backhand.
Ooh, up and off.
Homan struggled with that one a little bit. Trujillo has it, trying to make some moves, sets something up, sees Tatlock, he's got a man on him, doesn't know it, puts it past Bob Tuscany, but he gets back in time, sends it across for Tim Mentz, who has some time, checks his options, leaves the puck behind, and it's Chris Trujillo. One move past Bob Tuscany. The pass in front for Christie. The rebound a little too far out for Trujillo, but he does control now. Looks for Tatlock, sends it back around. Here comes Christy Rivera. She tries to throw it in front. That's intercepted by Larson. Tuscany now sending it that back, and here's Jay Tatlock with it. He just tries to get that one deep. And it looks like Tim Mentz may be able to start something here. He does. He sets it back for Bob Tuscany, who sends it straight in hard, and Pendleton is going to go get that puck. And he does. Boom! He's hit hard. No call on that one. Tatum picks this one up, sends it all the way down for Ryan. How he got down there is anybody's guess. He turns, spins, he's going to get a shot. And he misses.
Great shot.
Justin Henry all alone in front, picks up the loose change and deposits it nicely.
Those two have been a team through juniors and up now, and they've been on the same team every season in Rogue. They work excellent together. Charlie Ryan with his shot, Justin Henry with his speed and shot.
And a little bit of luck there because he just turned around and all of a sudden the puck was just right there for him, right there on his forehand.
It's a beautiful gift. It's like Christmas morning sometimes out here.
Okay, Team Tuscany now with the puck, sending it ahead. Here's Jed Lind with an opportunity, takes a shot that goes wide. Steve Manville going in for it, looks at the point. He's got Mike Clark, and Mike Clark does not connect on that one. Justin Henry in pursuit as Clark goes around the net, sends it up for Rick Tuscany. He's got two men on him. He elects to go back. Looking around, trying to find somebody. He'll just send it up hard. And Jed Lind, again, will be getting here first. He's done this a few times so far early in the game. He's been wanting to shoot from that corner, too, and again sends it into the crease.
It seems to be, Jed seems to feel pretty comfortable in the corners.
Here comes Jed Lind with a long-distance shot, not very powerful. Homan again handles that one easily. And so far, I'm not sure what the shot count is, but Homan seeing everything because the shots just aren't coming that hard so far.
They're doing a good job of pushing the men out. Devon Mink's doing a good job defensively.
Okay, we see what Justin Henry's going to do on the face-off, I think. That face-off won by Ryan. He looks around, he's got Lind on him, sends it straight ahead for Justin. Sends it all the way across for Pete, but he's picked by Manville, and now here comes Lind.
Got a 2-on-1 break.
The move, can't get past Tatum. Tuscany gets a piece of that. Here's Pete. Not sure what to do. Lind picks it up in that corner again. He's got Steve Manville, takes the shot.
Loose puck on the front.
Rick Tuscany comes in, and Homan dives out and puts that rebound to rest.
Big Dave showed a lot of poise, and so did the veteran defenseman turn for Devon Mink stepping up and really waiting out that situation. And Rick hustled to the net. It's nice to see defensemen pinching up like that when they have a chance to get those loose pucks in.
I agree with you about the poise that Homan is showing so far. He's making it look easy.
And he's a rookie. He actually jumped in halfway through the season.
Excellent point. Pendleton on the face-off. Trujillo gets it. Tries to send it along to the shot. It's picked off by Pendleton. He takes the shot. It's blocked. He has it again. Another shot. Allen's blocked. Another shot.
Oh, that one almost went in.
And Homan makes sure that there isn't going to be a third.
Tony Tuscany showing a little bit of sportsmanship there. I think everyone should give Big Dave a pat on the back because he's so likable.
Kind of like you, Mr. Horsley. Okay, that face-off again between those two combatants. So far, no one's won that one clean when they've matched up. Homan puts it behind the net. Pendleton's okay with that because he can get there first. Has it again. He's got Tuscany at the point. The one-time slap shot. And again, it's a shot, for the most part, that Homan can see coming a mile away, and sometimes it looks like it's going about that fast.
I really like it. I really like the way Martin's being able to use his speed to make stuff happen. This is 2 or 3 turnovers that he's already caused, and he's winning on the dump and chase runs.
Okay, face off here. Bob Tuscany keeps it in. Tony Tuscany's going to get here first. He sends it back around for Bob. He's got pressure on him. Turns, looks around, wants to get it to Pendleton. Tim Mentz is going to pick this up. Goes into the corner, checks his options, doesn't see anything he likes. Turns, loses Rivera. Is he going to go for the wraparound? No, he's got more trouble on him there. That's Tatum coming in, giving him all he can handle. That comes back around for Pendleton. And so far, Tuscany with all the pressure, they just can't get a good, clean shot so far. And now here comes Trujillo. Pendleton on him hard. Trujillo's starting to lose him. He walks around. Nope, he says he's going to stop, then he doesn't. Sends it in front. It's deflected. Tatum just decides she's going to throw that one into the corner. Bob Tuscany has it. Looks left, but throws it to the right. Tatlock reaches, can't get it, but he has no pressure on him now as, whoops, as he falls down. It's a good thing he didn't have any pressure on him. He recovers, gets it to Rivera. She quickly gives it to Trujillo. He's back for Rivera. Tatum behind. Losing Aragon in that process a little bit there. Here's Rivera fighting Tuscany, can't get a shot. That one's sent all the way out. Tatlock gets this as Team Tuscany goes for the change. Lind back out. So is Justin Henry. That one right on the blade of Charlie Ryan. He loses one defender as he turns. He sees Cheryl Tatum at the point. She likes to shoot from back there. She does, but it's a wrist shot. It's deflected. That's Mike Clark. He falls on his own, the refs say. Justin Henry on that. Throws it right back in front for Ryan, but he's not right in that spot. He throws it right on net. Oh, the rebound right there, but nobody else is, except for Team Tuscany. Here's Aragon, or Pendleton trying to, or is that Aragon? It is.
That's Aragon.
Takes the shot. Oh, what a shot! What a shot by Paul Aragon into that top left corner. And we have a tie game.
I think he was serious when he said he was bringing his A game tonight. That was a great shot by Paul Aragon, right over Dave's shoulder.
I've seen that shot before out here. He's definitely done some damage with that. It's a wicked blast. It's a wrist shot, goes right into that corner. Anyway, here we are. Oh, Justin Henry with the moves. Oh,
it was wide.
Beats everybody, and he misses the net. Team Tuscany now trying to rebound off of that. Hits Jed perfectly, but Jed can't hold it. Makes the move past Pete. Pete for Rick. Oh, in front. Nice save. I think that was a leg save by Homan. Tuscany trying to throw it back in front for Jed.
That goal.
2-on-1. He's got Jed all alone. Takes a shot. Right on.
That's Team Tuscany.
Zach Larson coming out. Looks across from Mike Clark. He throws it in the middle for Jed. Can't get the shot he wants there. Can't get it to the net that time. Tatum will pick it up. Ooh, tries to go through the middle dangerously through Jed. That's deflected. Michael Clark is going to get this. Goes straight up the boards for Aragon. He sees Jed, but takes a shot. Goes wide to the left side. Ooh, that could be too many men, but no ref is calling that one. Tim Mentz trying a little stutter move. That doesn't work. Lind for Mentz. He's got people on him. Oh, and Justin Henry with the big hit.
Refs didn't see that, or they didn't want to call it.
They didn't want to call it. I saw Davey wave his arms. Tim Mentz not happy about that. Makes the move past him. Tries to the backhand wraparound. Doesn't work, but comes close. Now Mentz with it in the corner, twisting and turning, comes all the way back out. Aragon is back. He's looking at Bob Tuscany. People are changing. Here comes Chris Trujillo for Justin Henry. In the skates of Tim Mentz.
Looks like Team Tuscany is pretty much in control of this game. They've held the puck pretty much almost constant.
Mentz in the corner, being yelled at by Lind. And now here's Trujillo. He sees Christie. 2-on-2. He's got Christie up there for a breakaway. Gives her the pass. She can't corral that. She's got the rebound off the boards. It's now behind the net with Trujillo. He falls down. Here's Bob Tuscany, and here's a chance. A good player. When a good player falls down like that behind the plate, Bob Tuscany will always carry it up with the shot. That was deflected. Here's Christy Rivera. She sees Chris Trujillo. Give it to him. It's a one-on-one situation. Not anymore. And here's Rivera throwing it back across for Pete DeVlamink. He'll probably just try to get this deep. Nope, he sends it in the middle, right on the stick of Rivera. She gets the shot on. Larson comes out and bottles up that one.
The D's stand pretty deep for Team DeVlamink, which is interesting because the way the forwards are back checking so strong for Team Tuscany.
Finish your point.
It's opening up the point men, but they're back just a little bit too far.
Manville showing some speed here. It must be those nice skates that he has. Here's Rick Tuscany trying to keep that one in, but he puts it right on the stick of Chris Trujillo. He's checking his options. All the way across for Rivera, but she's covered nicely by Mike Clark. Now he goes around the net. Another good decision. He sees Manville, who has some time, but not that much. Oh, he gets past Trujillo. He has a shot opportunity, but the puck isn't cooperating. It's thrown in front. Here's Trujillo trying to start it up again. Tony Tuscany on his tail. Trujillo, where is it? He has it back again. He sees Pete at the point, elects to give it to him. Pete back to Trujillo. He's got some time now. He sees Jay Tatlock. A hot pass, he can't handle it. Jay now working in the corner, sends it around for Rivera. Oh, and that shot right on by Trujillo.
Big save by Zach Larson. Has a goal. We've got 9 minutes and 26 seconds left. Referee's having some issues, but that's okay.
Okay, in the feet, the shot right on by Ryan. Larson way out of the net. Ryan still has it. And Rick Tuscany is going to get to start up this offensive attack, but puts it right in the skates of Justin Henry. It's him and Ryan. He takes a shot right on. Larson with the save, and then bottles up the rebound. Wow, that was a close call.
Yeah, he did a good job of holding on to that rebound. Justin Henry will continue hammering away. We saw him get 3 or 4 goals last week against Steve Sparks by just staying there, getting his own rebounds, and hitting it in through the holes.
And with the score tied at 1-1, 8:45 to go here, I'd say right now this is the kind of game that Team Tuscany wants to see. They don't want to see a wide-open game. They don't want to see those superstars on DeVlamink getting clear-cut opportunities. And right now, they're the ones that seemed, well, maybe not, but they up until this point here, they were pretty much controlling the plays you said earlier, Chris. Maybe they still are, because here comes Tim. Tim Mentz walks around Cheryl Tatum, tries to put it in front. Pendleton on the rebound, sends it back for Jed Lynn. Let's see, does he take the big shot? He does. Goes all the way around. But Tatlock is going to get this, and powers past 2 players. Nope, Pendleton there. It's a 2-on-1 if he sees Bob Tuscany. He does.
Cross ice.
Couldn't get the angle though. Here's Tim Mentz. Back for Pendleton, and he fans on the pass. Back in front for Tim Mentz. He's looking around. He sees Jed. Turns, walks in on net. The shot. Oh! And I think the goaltender did not see that shot, Chris Horsley.
That went right off his blocker. Dave didn't even know it went in. He was still looking for the rebound after that.
Wow, and that's a big, big goal here as this first half is starting to wind down. 7.5 minutes to go. 2-1, Team Tuscany with the lead. And so far they're doing all kinds of things the right way. They're not giving up a lot of opportunities. They're playing a little dump and chase. They're kind of shaking and shimmering here and there and just getting any shots on that they can, and they're avoiding the penalty box so far.
Which is great because last time over their past couple meetings, Team Dublaminka 6 for 7 on the power play.
But here comes Tris Trujillo walking in. Zach comes out. Trujillo tries to knock the puck away from him. He can't. Meanwhile, Dublaminka has control. He sees Tatum, falls down, but gets it to her while she has 2 members of Tuscany on her. Dangerous pass across for Rivera. Now Tuscany has that back over for Manville. He's got a little bit of room. He sees Jed. He takes a shot on, goes into the corner wide. Lind is there in his favorite corner tonight so far. The backhand in front again goes out into the crease. And here's Trujillo with another opportunity. Trujillo slowly checking things out. All the way across for Dublaminka, the one-timer. That's wide to the short side. Trujillo on the rebound, but it goes right into the perfectly placed pads of Zach Larson. Manville struggling on that rebound along the boards there. Here's Christy Rivera getting control. Tatum looking around. She's got most of her team up near the red line with her. Now here's Pete sending it down for Trujillo. He fans on the pass. Clark going straight up along the boards, not even looking there. And Manville with an opportunity.
They're changing. The Team Tuscany's changing behind the plate.
He throws it in blind. Tuscany's going to get this. He shoots. Oh! And Rick Tuscany known for a lot of things in hockey here at Water City. He's known for a lot of interesting things, but he's not known for scoring. He certainly isn't known as a guy that can walk into the middle of the crease like that and pick his corner, Chris.
He threw that thing right over Dave's glove. That was a beautiful shot.
Wow, and so far we're seeing some good goals here. We're not seeing any flukes. These are excellent shots that are going in. I mean, if you're goaltender Dave Homan, does that make you feel any better? You're down 3-1. You're down 3-1 with 5 minutes to go. You know that all 3 of the shots that you've given up are good, strong shots. Does that make you feel any better, Chris?
Nope. A goal against is a goal against, and it's horrible. This has actually allowed more goals than they've gotten up throughout the season. So tonight it's great to see them getting this many goals, scoring so much. And they've got Team Dublaminka on their heels right now.
Now, as a rookie goalie in this situation, as you mentioned earlier, certainly he's performed well just about every time I've seen him in net, whether it's at this level or in Loch Ness. But this is the higher level. Is it possible that even though he could justify every one of those goals and say that they're not really his fault, is it possible that he could become rattled here?
Well, he told me that he's working on forgetting the fact that goals are scored against you and just leaving it be, and it's in the past. But it's a really hard thing to do, and especially if you don't have the experience. And this is Dave's second season playing goalie and his first season in Rogue. So I don't know if he can. I'd like to see him suck it up and make some big stops.
Tim Mentz with the shot right on, and it's coming from the left side, so it probably won't score. So it seems like every other goal comes on the right side.
And again, Dave made the stop. Tony Tuscany coming in to get the rebound.
Okay, on the face-off here, Team Tuscany controlling. That's Tim Mentz. Justin Henry getting a piece of that, but Mentz has it back. He's probably going to find Bob Tuscany here. Tim Mentz, excellent at seeing the whole floor, though. He's the kind of guy that will definitely shake off that first option. Doesn't matter, though, because Justin Henry has it now. The spin around of the backhand pass for Ryan. Tuscany and Ryan mixing it up. Meanwhile, Justin Henry just misses an opportunity with the backhand on the far left side. And maybe things starting to heat up here penalty-wise. which is something that Tuscany has avoided so far.
There's been remarkably little physicality in this game, the way both of these two teams have played in the regular season.
Well, it looks like Bob Tuscany is starting to wake up. On every opportunity, he's pushing and getting in the face of Ryan as the play continues. And there it is. The sticks are swinging. They're getting higher. But so far, both refs paying close attention to it, but no call so far. Ryan going off, so we'll see what happens later. Tim Mentz throws it in front. It's right in the feet of Pendleton. Oh! And Dave Holman knows how to take care of that situation as he comes out and just shoves Pendleton off the puck before he can get the shot off. But we have a whistle, and what is that for? I think it's just a stoppage of play. Okay.
Usually you can either freeze the puck or push opposing players as a goalie to get a stoppage of play.
Apparently you can't tonight. And here comes Mike Clark.
Christy Rivera's giving a pretty good chase, though.
She is very good at the pursuit. She's got a very deceiving speed. Here's Rick Tuscany. He can't get it past Trujillo. That bounces off of Lind and goes out of the zone. Trujillo wins that faceoff back cleanly to Pete. He can't get that to Trujillo. Larson out with this one. Rick Tuscany sends it around for Pendleton. The strange bounce. Almost on the stick of Trujillo, but Pendleton getting a piece of that. Nice pass by DiVlamink over to Trujillo. Shot opportunity. The pass right off of Christy Rivera, and she puts that over the stick of Zach Larson, and all of a sudden it's a different game.
That was excellent patience. Instead of just throwing it on the ground like somebody might normally do if they felt hurried, she held onto it for just a second, threw it right up over his prone stick, and got the goal. 1 minute left to play.
And maybe just as importantly, Trujillo finally got in the game. He really hasn't had much success up until that point in doing much.
He has yet to record a shot on goal.
Of course, he hasn't really tried to take too many shots. He's trying to set players up right now, or has been. Meanwhile, here he is looking around. He sees Pete. Pete will take the shot here. Ooh, that was a tip opportunity. The rebound is missed by Trujillo. Rivera throws it back in front. Trujillo on this. He sees Tatum. Lind shoves Trujillo. Lind goes down. Trujillo with the shot. That's blocked by Pendleton. And so far, Pendleton doing what he does, getting in people's way. Trujillo, 12 seconds. The pass in front, but it goes in the skates of Rivera. And Mike Clark will bring this up. Ooh, moves around Chris Trujillo. Sends it into the middle. Here's Pendleton with a shot opportunity. Over the net. And that ends the first half with the score 3-2 in favor of Team Tuscany. Hi, I'm Joey Delgado here with Chris Horsley, Anjanette Rieger behind the camera here for the halftime report. Team Tuscany taking the lead here, kind of surprising, Chris, 3-2 so far.
They've been playing a great game. They've been playing the game that they've been wanting to play all season long, and when they can get other teams playing that way, they come up huge.
What do you think are some of the more interesting things that have happened in this first half? Anything that hasn't happened that you would have expected by now, perhaps?
Well, Team Tuscany's been coming back and playing so much defense that Justin Henry and Chris Trujillo haven't had the room that they need to really lay down the firm, amazing foundation of awesome moves and cool dekes and great shots. And instead they're coming back and having to weave through 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 guys. It's amazing how many Tuscanys really are out there.
It's an excellent point. As I said at the close of the first half, it didn't feel to me like Chris Trujillo was having much of an impact, and I think that goes back to what you just said. Both he and Justin Henry, the real superstars in this game perhaps, they just seem to be running into roadblock after roadblock. I'm not sure that the Tuscanys are doing anything special. Maybe they are.
No, I think they are. To be good, you need D and a G and 2 O's. So that's, well, more offense than defense, but really you just have goo without D.
And that's your spelling bee lesson for the day. I'm Joey Delgado here with Chris Horsley. We'll be back at the drop of the face-off for the second half. Okay, here in the second half, Justin Henry controlling just off the face-off here. Going back behind his net for Captain DiVlamink. Spins back around for Tatlock. He throws it in the middle. Tuscany has that. Tony Tuscany has that. Not anymore. And now Pete DiPlemink does. Throws it in the middle, back for Tony Tuscany. And now Jay Tatlock is controlling. Walks around Tony Tuscany, sort of. Trying to get a shot. Can't really do that. Tony Tuscany throws it up front, just out of the reach of Aragon. Ryan has that, and that's out of the reach of his teammates. So now here's Bob Tuscany. He sends it onto the blade of Tim Mentz, who makes the move past Ryan, but the puck is behind him. He's got Aragon in front, but could never quite get the puck to go there. Aragon has it now, throws it in the corner. Henry all over him. Back into the point. Tony Tuscany with the long distance shot. Homan on that and the rebound. Here's Tim Mentz in the corner. Trying to go all the way across for Bob Tuscany. It turns instead into a 2-on-1. Justin Henry the whole time looking at Ryan. Ryan on his backhand, then on his forehand. Nice spin around shot to recover. And Zach Larson there again. And I got to tell you, Chris, I'm looking at Larson, and this is his sophomore season here at Water City. Normally an aggressive goalie. And if you go back to last week when he had the big victory over Team Delgado, only gave up 1 goal. Tonight he's given up 2, but he looks strong. He looks really good.
He does. He's coming out and cutting off the angles, but he's not coming out too deep. I was kind of concerned about that, the way Henry and Trujillo like to stick handle around goalies and throw it in the open net. He hasn't let him catch him with that yet. Kind of looks like he's doing what a lot of his teammates are doing, is just playing more conservatively, not taking a lot of risks. Meanwhile, here's the Trujillo-Rivera line, and now here's Manville on that. He sends it out onto the stick of Tatlock. Manville sends that all the way in. Tatum will get there first. Sends it up the boards for Rivera. She's got Chris Trujillo. She's been wanting to pass to him most of the time as soon as she gets it. This time, however, she shoots. Rick Tuscany bats that one out of the air. Clark puts that on the stick of Trujillo. The shot right on. Rick Tuscany not messing around with that, just tries to get it out, goes right on the stick of Manville. He sees Jed Lind. Good pass over to Lind. He'll take the shot. Homan there, the rebound. And he gets the rebound before Manville, but then he gets that big paddle up. Rick Tuscany not happy about that. I think it's Rick Tuscany yelling about that. So this game's starting to show some of the passion and the emotion that we might have expected. It'll be interesting to see how far the refs let it go, considering it is the playoffs.
Jed Lind working behind that net. He was trying to get a wraparound opportunity, but he couldn't quite do that. Now he's got Jay Tatlock. He's had that puck quite a long time. He's looking.
Tatlock's on him like a fur coat. That's some excellent D. Good pressure.
All the way back out now for Clark, making sure that he looks, throws it back with his backhand, but not forcefully enough. Rivera gives that to Trujillo. He just misses hitting the ref with his stick. Nice move past Rick Tuscany. The shot is the short side, and we have a tie game. Chris Trujillo, the move, the superstar move past Rick Tuscany, deposits that in the short side. Zach Larson had no chance on that. I don't think he could have even expected Chris would be able to make a move like that. I don't think Rick Tuscany did, that's for sure. That was a big league move by a big league player, and
big shot too.
It was a big league moment too, because the score is now 3-3, and the momentum is starting to go towards.
It's nice when your marquee players step up like that and have a moment that totally changes the flow of the game.
Okay, on the face-off here, Pendleton with a shot opportunity, right on! And he answers for Tuscany as they go ahead 4-3. And so far that means, Chris Horsley, that they have matched their average of 4 goals a game in the 2 previous matchups against this team. Now they just have to make sure that they don't give up their average of 7.5 if they're going to hang on and win this one. Ooh, the move pass by Tuscany by Henry. He shoots, he scores, and all of a sudden, we have an all-star skills competition out here with players just walking in on goal and just taking shots and scoring. I'm looking at the referee, Davey over here. He's shaking his head. I'm not sure what. Maybe because he's tired of going in there and picking the net up, picking the pucks out of the net. Justin Henry really, really excited on that one. And again, we have another big-time goal by a big-time player. Now here comes Ryan with an opportunity. Back for Justin Henry. He sees Ryan. The shot, one-time shot. That's blocked by Bob Tuscany. He wants to start this thing up. Does he want to get a shot? He does. Or throws it in the corner. I'm not sure if that was on purpose or not, but Tuscany's wide open. Jed with another backhand. Oh! And Tim Metz now scoring. And so far, Justin Henry waving this off. Justin Henry thinking that he was in the crease. And as I think about it now, I think Tim Metz may have been in the crease.
Well, and we saw a goal disallowed last week because there was a man standing in the crease.
Oh, no. And it was a Tim Metz goal, in fact.
Yeah. This is his second goal in 2 weeks.
Oh, my gosh. Tim Metz can't believe it. That's it. That's one misconduct.
Kids, turn down your volume. There's a little bit of profanity. Those of you at home. It's high-pressure games. There are issues with the officiating last week as well, so it'll be interesting to see how this affects the tempers of the players, as well as now that the seal has been broken on referees making calls and a difference in the game, what that's going to do.
It's a very, very good point. And here's Pendleton. That shot looked like it went in, but it may have hit the post and come back out. Nobody's really complaining, so I guess that is what happened. Ooh, playing dangerously with Pendleton on you. I wouldn't do that. Here comes Chris Trujillo now with it as they set up their power play, their potent power play. As Horsley told you earlier, 6 out of 7 previous opportunities when these two teams matched up. Justin Henry, by the way, accounting for most of those goals. Here's Tatum, looking, getting it back to Trujillo. Tatum at top point. She sees Pete, back for Trujillo. Kind of a slow pass. He still has it. He tries to get to Rivera. Can't do it. Pendleton all over Trujillo. And so far, that clock is ticking down as they have yet to even take a shot. Trujillo sees Pete wide open. What's he going to do? Back for Tatum at the top. She'll finally take a shot that's right on. It's deflected right on. And Rivera and Tuscany now starting to mix it up. And yep, this game is definitely starting to turn into a different game.
A couple of goals really did a whole lot to revitalize both teams. The adrenaline's flowing. They're playing a lot harder now.
Okay, Pendleton against Rivera, and Jay Tatlock has this. Tatum, hot pursuit by Pendleton, who seems to be all over the place. Now he slows down. Ooh! And that was a good scoring chance for Rivera on the side of the net. Here comes Bob Tuscany coming in hard. Homan again showing that poise you mentioned earlier. He waited till the last second, then calmly pushed it away. Here's Trujillo starting up the play. Trujillo, aware that he's got Tatum. Over for Tatlock, who is never shy about shooting. Tuscany intercepts. Sets that play up for himself nicely off the boards. He's got a move opportunity around Tatum. He takes it. He walks in. The beautiful save by Homan. Tuscany goes down. It's now a 4-on-2. Well, wait. Tim Metz comes back in. Trujillo sending that into the corner for Rivera. She tries to feed back in front. Stopped by Jed Lind. Here's Tatum with it now. Into the corner for the side for Rivera. That's blocked by Pendleton. Trujillo behind the net. Rick Tuscany back on. And he'll take control. Oops, sends it around really hard. Pendleton with a nice move. How did he do that? How did he? Oh, look at him. This guy is he's just amazing. The effort by Pendleton is always something to see. Tim Metz. All of a sudden, there it is with the shot opportunity. And a rebound is there, but Jed Lind can't get it. And I'll tell you what, if I'm Tim Metz, I'm not even sure I want to shoot anymore. Because what's the point?
Well, hopefully somebody else will get the rebound on your disallowed goal and score on that. Pendleton is making stuff happen. He always looks like he's borderline out of control, like he's out of the play, and he still manages to come up with the puck time and time again. And that's the sort of thing that makes people underestimate him, which is deadly to do with a player like him.
Absolutely right. And yet the same kind of player that might be sort of taken for granted on the one hand by the other team, but by his own teammates, they love him. Ryan walks in. That shot goes over the corner, I believe. Here's Aragon with that now. Haven't seen much of him lately. He goes back behind the net for Mike Clark. He'll just get this out. He knows Henry's on him. Well, he's going to try to. Henry picks that thing off. Comes out of the zone. Here's Manville. Oh, and Tatlock smashes into Manville. Meanwhile, Henry with a chance to walk in. He's going to try to do that. He does it around the clock. The shot, it hits the post! Two Tuscany players trying to get it out of the slot. They do. The net is off.
The moorings.
Where is it? It's in the net! And it's in the net! And Rick Tuscany is upset, and you knew that was going to happen. The net's slightly ajar. Davey was aware of that. Didn't think it was worth going in and ending the play. Rick Tuscany look at him, looking for yet another penalty, and it looks like I think that's what he's going to get. He is furious.
In a situation like that, the goalie always expects the game to be stopped because the net's off the moorings. I really can't believe that Davey saw it was off and didn't make the call. That goal would have gone in anyways, even if the net was on the moorings. But nevertheless, there's a great deal of frustration out there.
You know, I'm not sure that Davey saw it. It just appeared to me that he was looking at the net like he knew it was ajar, but it wasn't that far off the post. I mean, you know, we're saying posts. There really aren't posts. It's just sort of sitting there. It may have only been an inch off. It may have been less. I'm not sure. But meanwhile, I think the question right now is just how long is Rick going to be in the box?
Yeah.
Because he's still going off.
Well, and coming off the heels of Tim Men's disallowed goal, and then another goal being called, being scored against him on what they think should have been a stoppage in play, that could set him into berserker mode.
And you know, here comes rink owner Mark Tanis trying to resolve the situation. It looks like Jed Lind and Tim Mentz are now arguing amongst themselves.
Jed is a former referee here at Water City, so he would actually have a lot more insight into the situation than Tim Menz might.
That may not be what they're arguing about. One of the things that we know, at least I've heard about the Team Tuscany's, they can be a little dysfunctional with all the penalties that they've gotten. And it could be one player trying to calm down another player not liking that. What the heck is Zach Larson doing? He's in the penalty box with Rick Tuscany, probably trying to calm him down, I would imagine.
I would think so.
But that is a rare sight.
Well, it's not very often they let goalies in the penalty box. Usually they make somebody else go in there for them.
You know, and as I'm watching Davey explain the situation with to rink owner Mark Tanis, and as I look at the scoreboard with 12 and a half minutes to go here, I see that the goal isn't up there yet. So, you know, there's even a possibility that they may not allow that goal.
That'll be very interesting to see what happens. They did make that is a goal motion, as opposed to that's not a goal motion.
That was the other ref that did that, right?
That's
that wasn't
true.
Davey, right?
I don't think Davey did that. And Davey, that goal would be Davey's call.
Okay.
He knew it was off. He didn't call it though. Which it wasn't off enough. That would have gone in anyways.
We've got Jed Lind helping to push the net back onto its moorings, I guess. But meanwhile, on the side here, Ron Hardy wanting to find out what's going on probably, and he's getting the straight dope, I'm sure, from Aragon and Henry.
Team Divla Mink is lining up at center ice as well as referee Davey. So it looks like this will be called a goal.
It does indeed, although scorekeeper extraordinaire Ebony Pendleton has yet to put it up. The question now is really, as I said earlier, how many minutes does Rick Tuscany have in that box? And I'll bet that's what Steve Manville is trying to find out. Because if it's a 5-minute misconduct,
Steve's sitting down in the
they're in
box
trouble.
too.
Oh, you're right.
But they do have 3 men on the ice.
Okay, so Rick Tuscany's still talking over there. Okay, Tim Mentz trying to make stuff happen. He only has 2 teammates with him. So far, he's not using any of them. Oh, nice idea. Bob Tuscany working on Pete DeBlamink. Pete sends that around hard. And here's Justin Henry with an opportunity. 2-on-2, him and Ryan against Tim Mentz and Aragon. He walks in, takes a shot right into the glove of Larson. Mentz with one move, but he's got to get past Henry. Leaves that for Bob Tuscany. Slap shot right on it in the net!
Oh, that's a shorthanded goal.
We have a shorthanded goal, and you've got Bob Tuscany ultra excited over here about that one.
It's easy to feel vindicated when you have a penalty when your team comes out huge like that with a shorthanded goal. especially when you feel slighted by the referees and by the system. When the man's keeping you down, you just rise up and score a goal.
Well, and last week when they beat Team Delgado, they scored an early goal when they were down 4-on-2, and that really kind of woke them up. Here they are now in this game. It's 5-5. They've never scored more than 4 goals against this team. Tuscany with another chance. Oh, the nice move around Tatum. The hook. Then he's shoved down by Tatlock. That ought to wake up Bob Tuscany even more. Here comes Chris Trujillo now. He's got Christy Rivera. Tries to feed her. Oh, for the tip. I think she got a piece of it, but couldn't put it on net. Tuscany now sends it all the way out. Bob Tuscany and Tim Mintz still celebrating that goal. As they skated by, they kind of punched gloves. Meanwhile, here's Tatlock trying to start the power play again. Again across for Rivera, and Trujillo going to that well often tonight. Hasn't quite worked out yet, but he keeps going to it. We'll see if it does.
They're giving Rivera a lot of room down deep. The defense is, which is not a good idea.
Tatum tries to throw that in front for Tatlock. That's picked up by Bob Tuscany. Tatlock has it now. Works his way towards the net. Pendleton.
It's Aragon.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. Aragon with that.
And we're back to 4-on-4 game.
Oh, what a pass by Lind. Just a little out of reach for 10 minutes. Trujillo turning on the Jets. He leaves a backhand pass. I don't know if somebody yelled for that or not, but that's one way to break up the play. Trujillo with the move past Lind. And again, I think he was trying for Rivera. That wound up being a shot on net.
Really late whistle. Yeah, Rick Tuscany's still in the box. Perhaps he has some sort of misconduct because we're back to 4-on-4 hockey. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets back in the game. Rick is a Thunder Bay player, an excellent defenseman, and he has a killer slap shot from the point. So, and he's the team captain. It'll be nice to have him back out on the ice if he does get to play.
Ooh, and that shot just wide, long and kind of looping. Lind with the move past Pete. Then he sees Aragon. Ooh, and he wanted to try that top right corner shot again. I don't think he got what he wanted on that. Now Lind in the boards. Rivera squeezing him off. Here's Chris Trujillo moving laterally as he does. Walks in front, around, leaves it back for Rivera. The shot! Larson way out of the net on that one. Here's Aragon. He sees Lind. Holds up. Lind really wanting that puck. Aragon with the shot. Short side. Holman will hold that. Okay, that face-off back. Bob Tuscany has that, avoiding the rush of Justin Henry. That could have been dangerous going the other way. Henry leaving that for Tatum. She's checking her options. She wants to go across the rink, but doesn't like it. Now goes all the way, finds Ryan. He's got the move around Larson, who gets the stick in the way and preventing Ryan from getting the shot that he really wanted. Nice move, nice try, and it almost worked. Back across by Tatum. In and out of the skates of Henry. Tatum right on the stick of Henry. He throws it across for Ryan. Ryan on his backhand. Taken away by Pendleton. Here's Tatum with a shot opportunity. Boom, she takes it. That goes wide. And Larson scoops that one up.
For the second game in a row, Larson has definitely been a big difference maker. He's coming up with some huge saves. He's controlling the flow of the game with freezing the puck and giving his team time to rest. He's playing excellent tonight.
Okay, Henry in the faceoff here with Pendleton. Pendleton comes out with this. Off some skates. It's Pendleton and Aragon. If Pendleton can get it to him, Henry steps into him nicely. Tatum has that. Now Henry does. The shot drops behind him, and Larson drops on it. Okay, that faceoff goes back to Captain Pete DiBlamique. He takes a shot. That goes wide to the right side. Henry gets here first. Oh, nice pass for Ryan. He turns, he spins, takes a shot. He misses high to the left side. And Clark has a little room. Now he sends it up, but he misses Aragon. Holman will field this one, throws it into the corner for Tatum. Under some pressure by Aragon. Aragon all over her. Now she finds what she wants from Ryan, who's on the right side for a change. Ooh, a little toe drag by Ryan there. Another one. Trying to leave that for Tatum. Then he gets it to her. A little out of her reach. She throws it into the corner. and Tuscany will pick up the loose change. He goes into the boards. Too long for Aragon. Here's Pete DiVlamique, sends it around, not messing around with that. Jay Tatlock has that now, part of the 3-man rotation on D that they have. Nice pass. Ooh, that could have been a really pretty play from Ryan to Henry, but instead it comes out of the zone now. Aragon has that.
Nice move around Tatlock.
Henry comes back. Nice back check on Aragon. Throws it into the boards. Bob Tuscany has it with all kinds of time as DiVlamique is changing. Tim Mentz back over for Tuscany. He just sends it deep. Pendleton is there. Scoops that one up nicely. Back out for Bob Tuscany. Throws it into the boards for Aragon. Jay Tatlock. Now Chris Trujillo picking that one up. The move in front. Tim Mentz says thank you very much.
It was a nice pass to Mentz. It was right on the tape.
Lind has that now. Pendleton breaking. Mentz breaking. Behind Mentz. Trujillo will pick this one up. Leave it behind. And then come back and get it despite the pressure from Mentz. Trujillo again with that sort of deflection play to Rivera, but Tuscany will have this. Ooh, you know, I keep thinking that they're taking their chances by every time they see Trujillo, they just say, okay, not a big deal. They treat him like just about anybody else, that they just think that they're going to skate past them, and eventually that could work against them. But now, I'm sorry, Chris, were you going to say?
Using the same move against him, they keep trying to do the same move, and he learns really quick.
Again, Chris Trujillo going for that sort of it's like the fly pattern in college football. It's that long bomb pass for Rivera. Mentz not giving Trujillo a chance to do anything. Rivera lands on him hard. Chris Trujillo with it. Backhand opportunity. Nope. Turns. Feeling the pressure from Lind. Having trouble controlling that puck.
Late in the game, in these high-intensity games, you start losing your stamina, and moves that used to be easy early in the game start to become a lot more difficult.
And he convinced Jed that he should chase him around the net, which Jed didn't want to do. Now he's lost him. Oh, the pass a little too far out for Jay Tatlock. Lind coming back just in time to block that shot. And I think we have a timeout. Attesting to what you were just saying about stamina, I think. As Rick Tuscany still in the box. As we were discussing earlier, the captain probably hit with a 10-minute misconduct. And if that's true, he's out for, at least for regulation, he's out for almost the whole game, because that, I'm not sure exactly when that happened, but it was there was only slightly more than 10 minutes left, I think, when that penalty situation happened.
We had 4-on-4 hockey when there were 6 minutes and 41 seconds or so left.
Right, and he got his penalty. And look here, we have superstar Pat Finley from Team Delgado joining us on the bench.
Howdy. How you guys doing?
Why don't you take his headset for a quick second?
Okay.
Superstar Pat Finley here from Team Delgado, one of the most amazing scoring streaks in the history of Rogue River. 28 consecutive games with a goal when he starts, although that streak came to an end last week.
Yes, it did, unfortunately.
The season ended, of course. You didn't score. Team Delgado went down. What are your plans for next season?
Oh, I don't know. Thinking about retiring. But, you know, I love Water City, so I might come back and play another season here.
Okay, there you go. That's the big news from Pat Finley. Thanks for joining us, Pat.
No problem. Here's Horsley.
Horsley, hey! Good job, Pat.
5-5, dude.
Looking like overtime here. Okay, 5-5 with 3 minutes and 46 seconds to go here.
Referees are trying to figure out who wants to drop the puck. It's really a big privilege to drop the puck after a timeout, because players are really ready to go, and it's exciting.
A lot of discussion over this face-off here.
It's been a game of discussion.
Not a game of hard knocks.
No. Well, what's interesting is you don't usually think of hockey players as discussing things a lot, but this has been a big game for talking.
Okay, Bob Tuscany sends it up for Steve Manville. just out of his reach. Holman there throws it in front, kind of dangerous.
Dangerous pass.
Especially at this point in the game. Tatlock has that now. Whoops. Recovers and gets it to Ryan. He tries to leave it for Henry. He is hooked, and there's a penalty on that one as Larson comes out. No question about that call, whether or not it was legitimate or not. The only question was whether or not the refs are going to call it this late in the game, score tied. Nonetheless, Henry coming up by powering through the defense, and Bob Tuscany in the box. Joining brother Rick. And they are now down to
Tuscany, you got all three of them in there.
4-on-3. Tatlock with the shot, blocked by Manville. He's going to get here first. He takes a slap shot. That goes out of play, which is perfect for them because the clock might keep ticking here. Nope, it stopped.
It's interesting. You usually don't see the clock stop until there's less than 2 minutes left with a tie score like this. But it's playoffs and anything can happen.
Yeah, that is a little bit unusual. Normally that puck goes out at this point. The clock keeps moving. But somebody on top of it this time to make sure that that didn't happen. Okay, lots of power play time left here for Captain DeVlamink. And here's Justin Henry. Drops it back for Tatum. She's got Charlie Ryan. All the way across for Henry. Couldn't lay it down like he wanted. He turns, he's got Ryan. Oh, man, that bounces off his stick. He couldn't get the shot he wanted. He's behind the net now on his backhand, throws it in front. Nobody knows where it is except for Pendleton. He breaks out past Henry, past Tatum, around Ryan. He falls down. Here's Lind with a great opportunity. The shot right on. Oh, it's deflected, goes right harmlessly into the pads of Holman.
Charlie Ryan did a good job of getting in front of that thing. If that would have gone up, that could have had a possibility of going over the shoulder. Dave was screened on that shot.
2 minutes to go here. About a minute left on the power play, and Chris Trujillo here on the faceoff against Lind. Trujillo wins that one, sends it over for Tatlock. He likes to take slap shots in this exact situation here. Let's see if he does. Nope, it's a wrister. It goes in! It goes in! Jay Tatlock was, I believe that was a 5-hole.
Just under the leg, 5-hole goal with 1:51 left on the clock. That is a huge goal.
Oh my goodness, Jay Tatlock answering on a shot that he never expected to score on. Jay Tatlock has a lot of confidence in his slap shot, and he should. And that time elected to take the wrister, probably just didn't think anything was going to happen and figured, what the heck, I better just shoot it. And it goes in. 6-5 now, and Team Tuscany in a lot of trouble here.
But with that power play goal, they're back to full strength. So we got 4-on-4 hockey, and they've been playing really solid this whole game.
Pendleton on it now. Throws it all the way down for Tim Mentz. You've got Mentz and Lind out there. He tries to throw that in front. Chris Trujillo on this. Jed Lind on him. He leaves that for Tatum, and here's Trujillo. Gets the puck to lay down. He's looking, he's taking his time all the way back for Jay Tatlock. 1:07 now left in the game. Dave Holman, the goalie, still in there for, I'm sorry, well, of course he would be. Here's Tim Mentz now. He walks in. He's got the move. Oh! And could not get the backhand to work for him on that one. Throws it in front for Pendleton. Holman comes out and grabs it. Play is stopped with 51 seconds.
That was a big cover there. If we had Pendleton right alone in front of him.
And now this could be an opportunity to see Larson come out, but he's still in. And I don't see a lot of discussion between him and the bench about what they're going to do. Well, good thing he's in, because here comes Trujillo. Ooh, Tuscany going to get another penalty. A slashing call on Chris Trujillo there.
See, Team DeVlamink simply holds on to the puck. Tuscany can't touch it. And they'll have the perfect chance to just kill out the entire clock and win the game.
You're right. They're 29 seconds away.
Looks like the plan.
And it looks like Chris Trujillo is going to get his House League championship. Unless he puts it in his own net, which probably isn't going to happen. Tatum on it now. Nobody on her. She wants to pass it to Henry. Instead gives it to Trujillo. Quickly gives it to Rivera. She's going to take a shot. Well, she's going to try. She does. Ooh, a dangerous shot. And with 7 seconds to go, the penalty is finally called. And
I think David's arm was getting tired.
And Bob Tuscany heads into that penalty box.
Rick Tuscany's back on the bench. He's out of the box. It'll be interesting to see if he puts himself in as captain. But he's going to put Paul Aragorn.
Well, with 7 seconds to go, they need a miracle. Chris Trujillo lining up here against Paul Aragon. Aragon will try to win it forward. Trujillo may try to do the same thing. Little sportsmanship there. Nope, Trujillo goes back. Catlock throws it into the side. Larson comes way out. He's going to take a shot. Or try to. The valiant effort by Zach Larson.
That would have been a big goal by Larson.
Yeah, I would say so. As he's getting a round of applause here. Maybe both teams are. An excellent, interesting game. Tale of two halves here, Chris Horsley.
It was a beautiful game. Tuscany owned the game from the beginning, and then I believe that they may feel that the officiating caused them to have a downfall, and they definitely played a much more frustrated second half, and that led to a couple power play goals.
Right, which actually is kind of been the formula for every time these two teams met in the past. As you mentioned before, 6 out of 7 on the power play. I think they were 1 for 2 today.
Yeah, the game-winning goal is a power play goal.
And the winning goal, right, coming on the power play. So, if you're playing against DeVlamink, don't take any penalties, that's for sure.
And if you do, when you get your penalty, you should hurt somebody really bad so they can't come out and score on you. Scare them.
Well, it looks like... Cut. Okay. Okay, here with the post-game report, we're watching the championship DeVlamink team take a photo here. Chris Horsley, what are some of your impressions from the game you just saw?
It's the game where teamwork wins every time, and you gotta play hard throughout the entire game and watch your turnovers.
I would say that this is definitely a well-earned victory here by DeVlamink. They went 3-0, which is tough to do against any team. At times they weren't in control of this game, but that didn't really matter because they in these big games your best players have to have their best games, and I'm not sure that happened consistently. It definitely happened in big moments.
Well, and everybody contributed tonight, which was really great. It's not a so-and-so won the game for you guys. Everyone contributed. Dave had big saves, and just about everybody got a goal.
I'd have to agree with you. So this kind of puts the nail on the coffin. That was the season of winter 2007 here in the Rogue River level. Captain DeVlamink gets his championship, wins by the score of 6-5 over Team Tuscany. I'm Joey Delgado signing off with Chris Horsley. Who are you again?
Ray Tompkins.
That's who he is. That's Anjanette Rieger. And that's it. We'll see you next season.